Marsau Scott in Rome. Yes, baby, Rome, Italy. Folks were confused, wondering if it was a green screen or one of those fake TikTok backgrounds. But no, it was real. Marsau was out there living big, standing tall with his son MJ, giving thumbs up in front of the Colosseum, and it was cute, okay? A whole father-son moment right before MJ heads off to college. Now, some of us were surprised, not because he took his son on a trip, but because of everything we've seen from Marsau on Love and Marriage, Huntsville. Let's be real. People have criticized this man for not even taking his kids to get haircuts. But now he's out here flying across the world and making deep reflections on ancient buildings. Growth. Maybe. He even posted a message saying, "Rome taught me a lot. I saw buildings here before Christ, built by men and women who were great. Now wait a minute, Marsau. That's deep." He went on to say that if you want to be great, the currency is time. If you want to leave a legacy, build one. That hit different, didn't it? But hold on, because while Marsau is out here getting poetic and dropping what he thinks are motivational gems, folks in the comments were not buying all of it. Some people were like, "Okay, sir, words are cute, but we want to see actions." That's fair, because fans of the show have seen Marsau do a whole lot of talking, especially when it comes to his marriage with Tisha Scott. Let's not act like we forgot the ups and downs they've been through. Marsau himself admitted that he was disconnected from his family. He said he even stopped drinking for a year to get his life together. That's a big step. And he said he and Tisha were at the point where they were both talking to lawyers. Right? They were considering divorce. But instead of walking away, they decided to go to therapy. Now listen, therapy is no small thing. It's not easy to admit you need help, especially on a public platform with the whole world watching. So, for that, I will give them some credit. Marsau and Tisha are trying to work it out. And that's something we don't always see on reality TV. But folks are still skeptical, especially when they hear Marsau talking about greatness and legacy while his marriage is still healing from deep wounds. Some are saying, "Okay, you're in Rome now. But where were you when Tisha needed you to show up before?" People on social media had jokes too. They were saying stuff like, "He can take his son to Rome but can't take the kids to get a haircut," or "How you cheat and still win." And let's be honest, that's the energy around Marsau sometimes. He talks a good game, but people are waiting for the actions to match. Tisha, on the other hand, is standing by her man. She even responded to his deep Rome post with "Great message and definitely worth reflecting on." Now, we don't know if she's really feeling the change or if she's just playing her role for now. But she's still there. And can we talk about how people love to stir up mess when it comes to the Scott family? Like, why is it that folks want to see them break up so badly? Even when Marsau admitted his flaws and said he's working on them, people still want to throw tomatoes. Some viewers feel like Tisha should leave him, like she deserves better. And maybe she does. But if she chooses to stay and they're working on their marriage, that's her right too. Not every messy moment needs to end in divorce. Sometimes people do change. Let's be clear though. The audience isn't asking for perfection. They're asking for is honesty, consistency, and accountability. Marsau gave us a glimpse of that in Rome, but now it's about what he does next. Will we see him more involved with the kids? Will he finally take responsibility without deflecting or gaslighting? Because if we're keeping it 100, Marsau has had some questionable moments. But maybe, just maybe, this Rome trip is the beginning of a different chapter. We also can't forget Kimmy, Scott, and Morris. Kimmy has been vocal about how hard relationships can be, especially when you're trying to balance personal growth with family and career. She's always kept it real and even praised Melody Cherie in the past. Saying Mel was the best woman for Martell Holt? That's a big statement, especially considering all the drama that unfolded with Martell and Melody. Speaking of Martell, child, let's not even start on that chaos. He had a good woman and messed it all the way up. And now he's struggling to rebuild his image while Melody is out here glowing and minding her business. But back to Marsau. He's not the only one trying to show a different side. He and Tisha have been seen going to church with their kids, singing karaoke together, and just spending more time as a family. Are those real moments or just scenes for the show? Only time will tell. But it's clear that Marsau is trying to shift the narrative. And whether folks believe it or not, he's putting in some kind of effort. Still, let's not pretend like everything is sunshine and roses. People in the comments are not easily moved by long Instagram captions or photos in front of old buildings. They want real proof. One commenter said, "Words don't impress me, actions do. Finish the business office, and you know what? That's the kind of energy we need. 'Cause legacy isn't built in captions, it's built in real-life consistency." So, Marsau, if you're serious, keep doing the work. It's not for the camera, not for the followers, but for your wife and kids. And Tisha, baby, we see you. You've stood by this man through a lot. But don't lose yourself trying to save someone. Else, if he's finally stepping up, then good. But you deserve the same energy you give out. And to everyone watching, remember that these are real people, not just characters. We can hold them accountable without tearing them down. We can want better for them while also respecting their choices. The public's perception of Marsau and Tisha's relationship has always been layered with both admiration and concern. Many viewers initially saw them as a strong, united front, a couple building a business, raising children, and navigating the challenges of reality TV. Their chemistry and partnership stood out in early seasons, especially when compared to the more visibly fractured dynamics of other couples on the show. Tisha, often portrayed as a loyal and loving wife, balanced Marsau's assertive personality with grace, even when faced with difficult rumors or accusations. But as the seasons progressed, that admiration began to blur with critique. From the audience's point of view, the relationship often seems to be one-sided when it comes to emotional expression and decision-making. Marsau's tendency to speak over Tisha or shut down her ideas has struck a nerve with many viewers, especially women who see reflections of outdated gender roles. It's not uncommon to see fans online begging Tisha to stand up more for herself, or to question the power dynamics that seem to tilt heavily in Marsau's favor. Despite these concerns, others argue that what we see on screen may not reflect the full truth of their marriage, that Tisha may actually feel empowered in her role, and that Marsau's bravado is part of his on-screen persona more than his real-life demeanor. Still, moments of vulnerability, like when Tisha has broken down in tears or expressed doubt about her self-worth, have made fans worry that she's being emotionally stifled or gaslit. These scenes spark deep online debates about whether Tisha is truly happy, or simply putting on a brave face for the cameras and her family. Viewers have taken particular issue with Marsau's sometimes dismissive tone and jokes that seem to belittle Tisha's intelligence or contributions. While Marsau might think he's being playful or lighthearted, the internet rarely sees it that way. Many fans believe those moments reveal a lack of emotional support that could damage Tisha's confidence in the long run. On the flip side, some viewers have voiced support for Marsau, noting that he has never been publicly caught in any scandal as serious as those involving other husbands on the show. He's remained by Tisha's side and continues to build their empire. To these fans, Marsau and Tisha's relationship is the perfect example of tough love and traditional values working in a modern marriage. They applaud Tisha for holding her family together and believe Marsau provides the leadership needed in a successful household, even if it's not always packaged in a gentle or emotionally expressive way. The biggest question viewers keep circling back to is Tisha truly fulfilled or just loyal to a fault? Her growth over the past few seasons, whether through therapy, public speaking, or taking a more vocal role in their businesses, has been inspiring to many. Fans are rooting for her continued evolution, but they also hope Marsau meets her halfway emotionally. Reality TV relationships are often edited for drama, but certain truths do manage to slip through the cracks. And in the case of Marsau and Tisha, those truths continue to stir up passionate reactions. Ultimately, viewers want to see Tisha loved out loud. They want to see Marsau not just build buildings or businesses, but build his wife up in the same visible, intentional way. Whether or not they'll ever get that on screen is yet to be seen. But the audience's investment in their relationship shows just how much people care, not just about the drama, but about the well-being of the people living it. So y'all, what do you think? Is Marsau really changing? Was the Rome trip a turning point, or just another storyline moment? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I want to hear what you think. And make sure you stay tuned because this season of Love and Marriage, Huntsville is far from over and the drama is still unfolding. But more importantly, let's keep having real conversati. Real conversations about growth, forgiveness, and what it means to truly show up for your family. All right, y'all, that's it for now. But don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with someone who's been keeping up with the Scott family. I appreciate each and every one of you for rocking with me today. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay blessed, stay real, and remember, the currency of greatness is time. Let's spend it wisely. Bye, y'all.